TW Wrestling Talk here with another edition of TW Wrestling Talk program here. First of all, what I'm going to talk about in this edition, something I kind of missed talking about just with time last week, is the Daniel Bryan and Kane anger management angle. You know, like last week on Raw, it began, their whole anger management session began, and they continued this week on Raw with, you know, seeing the success of this, you know, this whole idea that's been going on between them, this anger management story. And you know, you gotta say, you know, WWE's been capitalizing on this whole anger management thing. First off, last week was, you know, was definitely good. You know, everything Daniel Bryan seems to be involved in, it just, you know, he just automatically makes better when the camera's on him. So I mean, you know, in some way he's reminding me of, like, you know, an Adam Sandler of the WWE or something. How they can use him in these comedy angles, but you know, these kind of angles tend to be hit or miss. But with Daniel Bryan, it's, you know, he's got his own style, and you know, he certainly has been making these anger management you know, segments quite a hit. I mean, each one on last week on Raw was pretty good, especially the one with when Kane was telling, you know, kind of like recapping his life story. You know, that was great. Kane also, you know, props to Kane for the job he's doing. And you know, the cool thing about these segments is that, you know, since they were, you know, they're supposedly from, you know, from the time during when Raw wasn't, you know, being shot, you know, they were able to edit the, you know, Kane, you know, making it seem like Kane was going on and on, the way they were kind of able to fade out into each different thing that Kane was saying he did. You know, and again, it was just pretty, you know, pretty good stuff. And it, you know, it certainly showed when on SmackDown, then, right, you know, the SmackDown afterwards, they were, you know, they showed each segment over again. You know, just went to show, you know, this story's been, you know, getting a pretty unanimously positive review. You know, with the stuff like that they've been doing, you know, it's working out for the better. I mean, you put all those three segments together, and they showed more of that than bits and pieces of Triple H's retirement speech, and, you know, bits and pieces of what's been going on with CM Punk and you know, Jerry Lawler and Cena. So I mean, you know, can't argue with the way WWE's been capitalizing on that story, even though it's, you know, kind of, you know, best third on the ladder of current WWE stories. So yeah. Other than that, you know, on SmackDown, they had the sort of an unnecessary match with Del Rio and Kane, which seemed to be thrown together, unnecessary. And you know, Kane ended up losing to a backbreaker when he was distracted. I didn't understand the point of that. I think it was just a way to have Kane on TV, but in some way it involved Del Rio, but that was kind of pointless. But I mean, other than that, I mean, on Raw, once again, they showed more, new anger management material. It was it was good. You know, once again, it was good. Especially, you know, the one with the random trust falls, and you know, for a second it looked like Kane and Daniel Bryan were getting along then, and the anger management guy, whoever he is, you know, he did a great job. You know, his voice was just, you know, great for the part, and you know, it's funny when he just lost it, and you know, when everyone was walking out, and also that other superstar, or I forget his name, that they acquired from Team A initially, I believe. You know, he played a good part too in that, and you know, eventually we may, you know, hopefully we see him on TV, see what his potential, you know, what he can potentially do for the company. You know, he played a good job in his role, kind of being, you know, sitting next to Daniel Bryan and Kane, kind of being like a, you know, middleman there, third wheel. But you know, and of course they had a vote, you know, supposed vote. Again, with these votes, I'm not, you know, I'm not totally sure if these are not already pre-decided percentages, because you know, with three different possible ideas, you know, that brings on, you know, three different ways that you know, the superstars, three different things they could be doing, which makes, you know, 3 times as much to remember in case, you know, depending which one gets picked, you know, you know, which definitely increases the chances for, you know, screw-ups. So I just, in this, I just think it's WWE's playing us there. But anyhow, they had Hug It Out be the victorious vote there, which you could kind of guess, because you know, we all pretty much know that, you know, they're due for a rematch anyways. You know, you're not just gonna have a match there. And as far as tag teaming up, you know, that's something maybe we could see in the future. But you know, this is for right now. You know, the Hug It Out was the most logical thing after all this anger management stuff. You know, it was a funny way to, you know, have the show continue without having to, you know, pull, you know, Santino Marella and do something funny there, or, you know, or have Cena crack some jokes, do a like a, I don't know what you would call it, Star Wars kind of analogy session, like he did with, you know, the Money in the Bank thing a while ago, or you know, his Ventura impression like he did on John Laurinaitis. Anyway, this was a good, you know, a good way to do, you know, bring some comedy to the show in its own way, with the Hug It Out between Daniel Bryan and Kane, right there live, unlike the anger management segments, and then this kind of turned into a brawl, involving involved in a chair, Daniel Bryan running out. It was good stuff, and you know, we'll see what continues from here. With the way AJ seemed to lose her mind, you know, you wonder, you know, could we see her thrown into the mix of, you know, this whole anger management, you know, insanity storyline? You know, it's, you know, some kind of disability, etc., etc. You know, we'll just have to wait and see, but good stuff that I felt should definitely talk about in TWWT Talk with Kane and Daniel Bryan, and the anger management angle. Now, from here, other than that, I mean, you know, things past couple weeks have been kind of, I don't want to say a mess, make it sound bad, but it's just, things have been, seemingly been all over the place. And again, I don't mean that as a totally bad thing. This past week's Raw and the SmackDown before, I actually, thought were pretty decent and interesting this past week on Raw in the same way. First off, let's take it back to the beginning of last week's SmackDown. Sheamus and Sandow. Sandow coming out, and I like what Sandow's doing. I think he has a lot of potential. With some minor refinements. Maybe maybe wrestling that stands out more. He has more. He involves in his own style more. Builds up his charisma more as a wrestler. I definitely see a lot of potential in him, and I definitely see a good Sheamus and Damien Sandow feud down the line. Just from what I was seeing, I liked how Sandow kind of brought. Sheamus was talking about Triple H, and Sandow brought up how he was attacked in the 1000th episode of Raw by Triple H and the rest of DX. I liked how he kind of tied things into that, and it ended up making a match between those two, which was decent. Sandow looked pretty, they both looked pretty good, I think. And Sandow being, the heel that he is, walks, he runs out of the ring, loses by count out. But, it did sort of foreshadow in a way, possibly a good feud down the line between those two. Sandow definitely has potential. I think, personally, I think they should make him like the new Ultimate Opportunist, sort of like Edge in time. That's just my opinion. Because other than that, you just don't totally know what he has going for him exactly. He's kind of, sort of bland as a wrestler, but he can wrestle, but his style, there's nothing that totally stands out about him at the moment. I think if they made him like a new Ultimate Opportunist, that could help, get him over in the future and make him a main event guy, kind of like it made Edge, like an Ultimate Opportunist, and just a guy that, wins in ways you wouldn't expect, and that kind of thing. I think would be pretty cool for Sandow. But from there, we had also in the mix, sort of, has been a couple Ziggler and Orton matches. On SmackDown, Orton gets the better of Ziggler, and then Ziggler gets better this past week on Raw of Orton, using the tights and a roll-up pin, which I really thought was appropriate. If we were to have him wrestle two shows in a row, back to back on SmackDown and the following Raw, I think it was only appropriate that it went a different direction that time, instead of Orton winning again. So, kind of agreed with that. I wonder if it'll lead to a possible match between them at Night of Champions. All the championships on the line, but there's still, appears to be room for one or two more matches on that card. So, guess we'll see what these guys also do in, the coming episodes of Raw and SmackDown before Night of Champions. And other than that, on SmackDown, like I said, it was a pretty kind of a pointless Del Rio interview that didn't last long, and that ended up turning into a Kane and Alberto Del Rio match that was just unnecessary, especially the way they just make Kane lose to a, little backbreaker. Didn't agree with that decision. It was, to me, kind of a waste of space, which is a shame because I don't consider Kane kind of guy that should be in waste of space stuff, especially the good stuff he's been involved in lately. That hasn't been a waste, but I guess there's just some way to involve those guys. I guess it's as simple as that. Other than that, that pretty much brings us to this past week, this past Raw, which was interesting, definitely in its own right. It felt like a different kind of Raw that we're not used to. And here's the start of that, of why. Begins with Sheamus, who also kicked off the previous SmackDown. Sheamus, he's the World Heavyweight Champion. Not long into it, he's interrupted by CM Punk in front of his home crowd in Chicago. What makes this interesting is that he's, even though he's the heel, he's getting a positive reception here, being in his hometown. And Sheamus, is getting some boos for what he says. Like when he cut CM Punk off, the Chicago crowd didn't necessarily like that. At the end of the day, they still, Sheamus is still the face here, and if anything, CM Punk just continues to move in a heel direction. But this was, this opening segment was interesting in that, once again, this seems like this could be a possibly great feud down the line with Sheamus and CM Punk. Even though they're both champions right now, the way they talk to each other, CM Punk, there's nothing I need to say about his promo skills, and Sheamus can hold his own too. He's got his own Irish gimmick and his own little lingo, which works pretty well. Again, they could have a great feud down the line. You can see flashes of it in this opening segment. And AJ came out. I kind of liked it better before she was out. She came out, but then she made a match between the two. Now she billed it as this being, a main event, as well as Del Rio and Cena being a main event. At this point, I'm thinking, well, Sheamus and CM Punk, that's a good main event. But Del Rio and Cena, I'm thinking, that's not a good main event. Two pretty one-dimensional guys. Del Rio to me is just very bland. Not much more than punches and kicks and a submission hold. And Cena is Cena. He's, a couple minutes into the match, and he's, his 5 moves of doom, what seems to be every match. So on paper, that did not look good. What also wasn't good is, well, first, not even an hour into the show, and already this match is between Sheamus and CM Punk is supposedly taking place. And I'm just thinking to myself, why is Cena and Del Rio the main event? But, because why is it happening later in the show? Obviously, you figured that was going to be the main event once CM Punk and Sheamus were coming out, not even an hour into the show. I'm thinking, why would the champions facing each other not be the main event? And the number one contenders facing each other are. I'm thinking, I'm thinking here, does the world really revolve that much around Cena and even Del Rio, just the way they give him so many title shots lately? But the way the show eventually goes, it works out. But at this point, I'm thinking this doesn't make sense. Why would you not have the two, champions go at it in the main? Why would you not have them in the main event at the end of the show? Didn't totally make sense on paper, but